Hey guys, it's CJ and it is T-Fin. We are back with a new video. We're going to be talking about discrimination in the workplace due to sexuality, gender, race, whatever the case may be. Before we start, can you please hit that like button because we do need them likes.
And subscribe, please.
Okay.
We need that the most.
So Tanya.
Yes, ma'am.
Fin, have you experienced discrimination in the workplace? And if so, what do you think you're being discriminated against? Is it because of the race? Is it because of sexuality? Is it because of your gender? What is it? Like,
I think it's all of the above. I went through this the first time 6 months ago, and I'm going back through it again, everyone. I feel as though you gotta fight fire with fire. I have all the documents to back my story
up. You can't
up.
just go right there. You have to say tell us a story. Don't just start talking about documents.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Because I wouldn't know what you're talking about.
Okay, it really doesn't matter. I'm not gonna go into specifics because we're talking about being discriminated. Okay, we already know. Black, gay, woman. Okay.
Is this your first time experiencing something?
Yes, this is. Yeah. With this, I've never, ever experienced it up close and personal in my face, and this is the second time. And I tried to tell my HR at the time that this man doesn't like me, and it is there is documentation for it, but as far as it is simple. It's over a uniform. I'll put that out there. I can't go into specifics because I got to protect myself as well. And it's going by policy. Cool. They're hiding behind policy. So I have evidence against him as well. So I got to tread very lightly on this. Because I know I told people to subscribe, and some of them are co-workers, and I don't trust too many people.
So let me ask you this. So if it has to do with a uniform, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you are a woman and you wear male clothes.
And that's what he didn't want.
Right. And see, I can see where that discrimination comes from, because I know that I have preferred to wear certain clothing, and I have experienced that as well, like discrimination for wearing males type of clothing. Like, if I can wear what I want to wear, as long as it's within the dress code, it shouldn't matter what gender clothing it is and how the cut is, because why would I need to have a certain cut if I'm at work anyway? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be appealing to anybody. I'm not there to get anybody's attention sexually. I'm there to do a job, and if I can do a job in male pants, then it shouldn't be no problem as long as I'm within the code. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what you're saying. It seems to me like he has an issue with the fact that how you carry yourself, but you carry yourself in a more masculine way, and it seems to me like he just despises that fact right there. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of men that are supervisors in that field, they like to be the head of a bunch of women. They like to control, and they like the way it makes them feel.
Yep.
And then here you are in the middle of it. It's kind of like another a hen. What's the chicken? Is it a hen? Is a hen the male? When they say two hens can't be in the same place in the same thing.
I know. I heard of two kings can't be in the castle and two queens. I'm talking about chickens and stuff.
Well, my point is that you interfering with him being the only male with a bunch of women, because you're interested in women. And then you're coming in there with a certain demeanor and masculine energy, and he's not here for that shit. And him being a supervisor, he's using his control and power to get over on you on that. You know what I'm saying? By putting paperwork on you. That's what it sounds like.
And why I think I know I'm being discriminated against is that there's another co-worker of mine, a big guy. He's muscular. He wears t-shirts. That's not uniform.
Right, because he probably can't fit
exactly.
shirt.
You're saying, so basically, not to interrupt you, so you're saying it's okay because of his body build,
right? He
can wear that,
right?
But me, and I knew where he was coming from, because this is not the first time I had this conversation with him. He didn't want to actually, because he had to make sure he said what he said to me, make sure it was in the guidelines or whatever. He just basically said no. But I knew where he was coming from. He was like, no, you're not supposed to wear that. What do you mean I'm not supposed to wear that?
Right.
I can wear whatever I want. I'm doing my job. So y'all are focused on you are focused on the wrong thing, and you want to hide behind the policy.
Right.
You get nothing but good emails about me, compliments. The charge nurses even told you about who I am, not my performance, because I'm in charge of my own unit. Who I am as an individual. And they didn't like your feedback from that. Oh yeah, I know she's good. So if one of them comes up to me, which they did, and said, I just didn't like his whole demeanor, how he just was just like dismayed it, like dismissed it.
When
like,
somebody's targeting you, they don't care about your work performance. They have an agenda, and they're trying to execute that agenda. I know for myself, I've been discriminated against at work, and it went on for probably like 2 to 3 years. One of the most stressful situations I ever been in, to the point where I was at the point where I was ready to just throw my whole career away and literally put hands on people, because it got me to the point where I'm working my behind off. I love my career. I love what I do, and I had somebody targeting me. And that's the first time I think in my life that I felt discriminated against for my race. It was 2 white women, and I'm telling you, they was targeting all the minorities, and it was blatant, and no one did anything about it. And the sad part about it is there was black males in charge allowing that to happen, and I see that a lot. I see a lot of times black men, when they become administration, they allow for white women to harass and discriminate against black women. And that was my experience, and it was very, very stressful to be in a situation where you're good at what you do, and you're there for your purpose, and you're passionate about what you do, and then somebody comes along just because whatever their agenda is, and they target you, and they just totally throw you off kilter with that bullshit.
Yeah, so it's not right, and especially of us as color, and when we get that power, we're not even for each other. Like, come on, like, and this is what we talk about. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're supposed to be together. We're supposed to unite. And I hate mentioning colors because I'm so diversive, and I got universal different friends. I don't see color, but when you come in for me now, my livelihood, my character,
right?
No, I have a problem with that.
Right.
I have a problem.
Just because you don't see, just because you're not prejudiced. Well, we're all prejudiced.
Yeah, in certain ways.
We're all prejudiced. You have to be, because you're human. You're prejudiced. But just because you don't act a certain way towards certain people, don't mean that everybody else thinks the same way.
So now I gotta get out of my bubble now. Like, I joke with my ex and I say, "You live in La La Land." Do I live in La La Land? Like, it's really, and it's hurtful. I mean, I cried for 2 days, and I said, this got to stop. So I'm gonna fight fire with fire. And like I said, I got a backbone. I'm a very strong woman, and I let nothing get me down. I've been through it a lot. And if you know me, you know what I went through. You know my story. And so I'm gonna get through this, and this too shall pass. But you
just gotta be smart. You gotta document. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful with who you communicate with.
Exactly.
Because some people will play both sides.
Exactly.
I mean, you're gonna see a lot of people's character when you go through this kind of stuff at work, because people will say that they're your friend,
and they're not.
But at the end of the day, people care about their livelihood too, and they know they gotta feed their family. So if they gotta stab you in the back to do that, they're gonna do that. And I know what I learned. I know that there's one thing that I learned about being discriminated against is that I was so comfortable at my job, I didn't even care that I wasn't even making that much money. I was like maxed out at like $70,000 or something like that. I should have really been past all of that. I should have been further along in my career, but I love that job. But this discrimination that I experienced, it pushed me. It's like the universe came in and it pushed me and made me uncomfortable, so that way I can pursue something greater. And that's in my mind, that's what makes it right for me, to know that the universe made me so uncomfortable that I had to move forward for something better, and that those 2 women were the vehicle behind that. And I learned a lot from that situation. The shit was hard to deal with. It was stressful, and in the end, I felt like I won in the end. So that was my take on discrimination. You checked out, Tanya? You still here?
I'm here. I'm just I don't know. I just wish,
she's not here yet because she's still going through it. So she don't see none of that sunshine at the end of the tunnel yet. She's still in the midst of it.
So I mean, great things will come out of this, and examples will be set, because and people know that.
Right.
You know, he gets away with a lot of things because it's third shift. So the administrators and certain things are gone. You can't do certain things, and he does certain things. So. At the end of the day, lessons will be learned, and like I said before, you got teachers. So I was taught by the best, so I'm good on everything. But hopefully, you know, everything will work out, which I'm sure it is. It just in the workplace, everything is tricky. We gotta watch our backs at all times, and even when you do form work relationships, you gotta watch that too, because people who you think got your back.
You're not supposed to be fraternizing. You're not supposed to be fraternizing.
I didn't say I was fraternizing. I'm just saying work.
I'm saying in general.
Oh, sorry.
People are not supposed to be fraternizing at work. You don't go to work to fraternize.
But unfortunately,
there's policies in place for certain reasons, because you can't be at work and then people get jealous. You know what I'm saying? People start acting out of character. Then the work is not the work anymore. Now you got a whole nother reason why you're coming to work, and then a whole nother motive behind certain things that you're doing, and certain sabotages come up too when there's jealousy in play and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I don't want y'all mingling and working that type of way. I mean, of course it happens because people are human, and you're with somebody 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? You get a vibe with that person. You spend most of your time with that person, so it's understandable. But certain policies are put in place for that reason. You know what I'm saying? But if you're being discriminated against, document. If you're being discriminated against, look in your local agencies for civil rights offices, EEO. Go down there, speak to somebody. Don't sit around and let anybody mistreat you and not document it. If it's not in writing and didn't happen, it's very important that you do your due diligence. Okay, guys?
Right. All right, so that was this segment. Now we're going to get up personal and close with Miss Carla Gardner. So that's the next one. It's going to be all about her. I will be doing the questions, asking her the questions, because she's very mellow, as you can see. I wish I could see what I'm looking at behind these cameras. So if anybody want to date her, hit me up and I'll give you the information or whatever.
I mean, you about to just put me out here somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay. Hit that button, please.
I remember again to subscribe and like to our YouTube channel. I'm very excited that we got 57 viewers. Let's keep them going up. So we love y'all, and again, thank you for tuning in, and we're gonna go to the next one.
Appreciate y'all.
Again.
Peace.